the chair of military theory at Marine Corps University. Doctor, thank you very much for being here. And I know that you recently gave an important briefing to somebody who is actually running the fight against ISIS. Your thoughts on what this says about this group that our president just said has been contained?
Well, it says one very clear thing, that ISIS is not the JV team. If these individuals are shouting that this is for Syria, then these people, even if they're not in operational connection to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi in Syria, they're doing it for him, they're doing it for the new caliph. And the idea that Secretary Kerry today stated that with the death of Jihadi John, we are winning and ISIS is losing, it's just unconscionable. This group is building a caliphate in the Middle East, but it's not about events happening 10,000 miles away. It's about events happening in Paris, in Garland, Texas, on the streets of Boston during a marathon. This is all part of their plan, and sadly, this kind of tragedy we witness today will not be the last one of its kind.
Because we're fighting against people who don't see the world in any similar terms to the way they want to die. They want to die in a holy war.
Yeah, think about it. Jihadi John wants to be a martyr. The fact that he's died isn't going to stop anybody. The people who were killed today, tomorrow, tonight, they will be on ISIS Twitter feeds. They will be praised as martyrs, shaheeds, to the cause of Allah, to the creation of the caliphate, to holy jihad. This is a different kind of enemy. They want death, and when we kill one, 15 volunteer to replace him.
Right, and therein lies part of the problem, which is it's not like fighting the Nazis, where it's, okay, there's a defined group with a defined leader, and you win against them militarily, and hopefully it's over. I mean, really, if you were in charge, how would you do it? You send 200,000 troops over to Syria and try to bomb them to Kingdom Come?
No. The people who are the frontline victims are the Muslims that are on our side. They're killing Christians, they're killing Yazidis, they're killing Jews. But look at the numbers. In the last 15 years, it's by far Muslims, it's moderate Muslims, it's the non-violent ones. They have to take this fight to ISIS, the Egyptians, the Jordanians, even the Kurds. But you know what? If you served in the region, you know that's never going to happen unless we support them, unless they believe America's on our side. We just cancelled a $500 million worth of training program that trained less than 200 Syrian fighters.
You go.
What message are we sending to the region?
Worthless.
We don't care about you. And as a result, they think they're winning. Our allies in the region feel as if we've betrayed them, and the jihadi narrative is victorious.
What do you say to those who believe, all right, but the more involved we get over there, the more they're going to come after us?
Bullshit.
Okay, let's just have a little history check here. One of your colleagues, Brian Kilmeade, just published a book on the Barbary Wars. Let me ask anybody who believes this is our fault because of our foreign policy. Do you know that we have been fighting jihadis since the Barbary Wars 200 years ago? One of the first missions of the Marines was to fight jihadis who were taking our sailors, our ships prisoner. This isn't because we support Israel. Israel didn't even exist 200 years ago. This isn't because of our troops in the region. We had no troops in the region 200 years ago. Jihad is a 1,400-year-old concept, and we have to support those Muslims who say it is no longer permissible, instead of closing our eyes and saying, oh, it's all about economics, it's all about unemployment. If we believe that myth that the current administration is peddling, we will be playing whack-a-mole for the next 100 years, and Americans will be dying on U.S. soil, Megyn.
So you say it is not possible that we will not defeat ISIS or stop this unless we have a change in our overall foreign policy approach. I mean, that we need a leader at the top that is going to actually make our Middle East allies believe that America is behind them 100%. Because our current president says that, and he points to monies that we've given them and so on. But you want more. I mean, are you a Lindsey Graham kind of guy? Like you want all in, or do we need something less than that?
No, it's not about the 82nd Airborne or the 3rd Marine Infantry Force or Expeditionary Force deploying. No, it's about us assisting local actors to win this war. We don't want to be the face of this war. It's not going to be white-skinned or brown-skinned Americans killing the jihadis. It's got to be the locals, but with our assistance. But one very important thing to remember, Megyn, we have had 80 ISIS arrests in America in the last 12 months. 29% of those people arrested in interrogation admitted they had no intention of going to travel to the Middle East to fight in Syria and Iraq. They decided the best way to serve the caliph, to serve the empire of Islam, was to kill Americans on U.S. soil.
These homegrowns, what's our big problem? Because over in Europe, they have homegrown terrorists, but they also have this influx of people from Syria who want to unleash hell. What is our big problem here?
Well, the trouble is that this is, as many of your guests have pointed out already tonight, this isn't about individual groups. It's not about lone wolves. There is no such thing as the lone wolf. It's all about ideology. It's about people who are connected. There's no lone actors. They all share the same ideology. Whether it's the Tsarnaev brothers in Boston, Major Nidal Hassan, the Fort Hood shooter, the Charlie Hebdo shooters, or these actors, they are all connected at a visceral level by the ideology that the caliphate must conquer all, and all jihad, all infidels must be killed. We have to take a war to the ideology. And for the last 14 years, this isn't just the Obama administration, for the last 14 years we haven't taken the ideology seriously.
Are you surprised that they were able to pull this off in France? It's not like France and Paris in particular have not been on high alert to the threat of terror within their borders. So I mean, are you surprised that this was planned so extensively, obviously, without detection?
It's impressive because it's 6 events happening at the same time. But at the same time, it's a very low-tech event. I disagree with one of your guests. This is not a big deal. To get automatic weapons in Europe, to get hand grenades, to make explosive devices, it's easy. The hard part is synchronizing it and keeping yourself undercover. The trouble is French national security professionals are very, very serious individuals. They get the threat and they're very good. But the trouble is they're part of the EU. And the EU, with the Maastricht Treaty, got rid of borders. There's freedom of movement everywhere except in the UK, which means you get into a little dinghy in North Africa, you paddle your way across to Italy or to Spain or Portugal, you're home. You can go all across Europe, you can meet facilitators. This is what Richard Reed did, the shoe bomber. You can have explosive devices given to you. As a result, this challenge is fundamentally a human intelligence challenge, and that's the hardest type of counterterrorism.
Wow. Dr. Sebastian Gorka, thank you so much for your expertise tonight.